I forgot to mention, Chris at Gateway Tire, their mechanic, strongly suggested that I take it to Tesla and have them look at it. One of the problems with that is, when you schedule an appointment, they'll ask you, is the sound reproducible? I don't know if they can find the problem if they can't reproduce the sound.
Good morning from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Friday, July the 18th, 2025. It's about 12:34 p.m. Ooh, 12:34. That's wind chill. Maybe 56 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, no more noise. I posted some videos about the suspension on this car, how it's messing up, or I figured it was the suspension. I picked it up from Gateway Tire in Jonesboro, Arkansas a few minutes ago. They kept it in the bay all day yesterday, from 7:45 a.m. until about 5:30 when they left for the day. And this morning, it was out by the road ready for me to pick up by 8 o'clock this morning, 8:30. So anyway, no more noise. They fixed it. Maybe, possibly. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to two people, Gateway Tire and Hybrid and Electric Car Sales in Franklin, Tennessee. Chip with Hybrid and Electric Car Sales in Franklin, Tennessee. We message each other back and forth a bunch about this stupid suspension. He did that knowing there was an excellent chance he wasn't going to get any money from me. Almost certainly wasn't going to get any money from me. And he still did it. To the point where I felt horrible. I told him, I'm not going to bother you anymore. And then I would. And then I think to myself, I'm not sending him any more messages. It's not right. It's not fair to him. He's busy. And then I would. And then he'd answer. And I got a point where I just felt, man, I'm not doing it anymore. It's just not right. But if you need your electric car worked on, or you want to buy a car, Hybrid and Electric Car Sales in Franklin, Tennessee, he's just such a nice guy. And Gateway Tire, my instructions were, see if you can tell what's wrong with it. All I really wanted was confirmation it was the lower and upper control arm, lower or upper, or both, before I decided what to do. And I knew they gave free, they'd look at it for free. Wouldn't charge a diagnostic fee. So anyway, I was shocked. It was in the, I would log on to the app yesterday, or not log on, get into the app all day yesterday, every 30 minutes or an hour. And from what I seen on the app when I was in it, it was up and down on the lift at least 3 or 4 times. Because I'd look one time, be up, again it'd be down. And then I look, because that's one thing about this car, you can look at the cameras anytime you want to. All 7 cameras, as long as the car is in park. And there's nobody in it. But then they took it around the block at least twice at 2 different times that I know of. So this morning I called and they said, yeah, we turned the rotors and we greased the whole front end. And I thought, nobody turns rotors for free. And I thought to myself, I'm going to be mad if this isn't fixed, because I did not authorize them to fix anything or do anything that's going to cost money. And I would have wanted them to talk to me about it first. So I get there, and the guy's name is Chris, such a nice guy at Gateway Tire. He came out and he started saying something, and then he kind of went, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. And anyway, I wish I had what he said exactly. I wish I'd recorded it, which I wouldn't have done. But anyway, he pretty much said, you don't drive that car much, do you? And I said, I just got it 80 days ago from Carvana, 80 days more or less. He goes, in the recent past, this car has sat for a long time. All the rotors were rusted, so we turned them. And we greased the entire front end, but it's still making a little noise. That's what he said, a little noise. He said, I don't want to just start throwing parts on it if it's not going to fix it. He said, but since it's still making a little noise and we couldn't fix it, I'm not going to charge you. And I thought, wow, that's awesome. I mean, nobody turns rotors and greases front end and not charge you. And that's awesome that he didn't charge me because it's not fixed. But I've driven it now 15 miles. I ain't heard a single creak out of this car. It's like it's completely fixed. I'm not saying it is, but for the first 15 miles, there's no noise. I don't know what he meant by there's still a slight noise. I hear nothing. So, put in the comments, what's your guess? Will the sound come back or not? You know, and you gotta think, I know nothing about cars. Nothing from the mechanical standpoint. I can't fix anything. I just never learn, okay? And I remember when I was a kid, the man who sired me, he was working his car one day, and he tried to get me to help him. I said, no. He goes, you need to know so you can work on your own car someday. And I said, I'll just pay somebody to work on it. I don't have enough money. Well, I don't have to worry about it. I'll just pay somebody. Because I was a stupid 14-year-old kid. He just laughed. But he didn't know anything about working on cars either. He just thought he did, so I still wouldn't have learned anything. But I wish I knew basic mechanics. I do. And so, anyway, what do you think? Greasing the front end, will that fix a problem temporarily? I have no idea. And it's your guess, the problem will come back or it won't. And let me ask you this, those of you that are real men, I'm not talking about people like me who don't know anything about cars. You real men out there, you people who can work on your cars. If a car sits for a long time, why did it take roughly 1,500 miles for it to start making the noise? You would think if the brake, and I'm not saying what Chris said is wrong, I'm just throwing out thoughts here, okay? If the rotors, the rust on it has something to do with it, why did it take roughly 1,500 miles for that to start making the noise? I don't know, but I don't know anything. And I should have asked Chris that. Well, I wouldn't have asked him because I've been afraid he would think I was second guessing him. And I would never do that because he knows what he's doing probably and I don't. Another thing, why do I keep flailing my arms? I'm like Governor of California. You seen him talk recently? He's like this right here when he's talking. Don't move, arm. So anyway, another thing for you car people. If a car sits for a long time, then does that sometimes means it needs to be greased in the front end? I mean, it's like, okay, it hadn't moved in a while, it's rusty now, it needs to be greased, the whole front end. Is that a thing? You know what I'm trying to say? Hopefully you do. See, I'm so dumb when it comes to mechanics, I don't know how you even word it. And mainly, we're greasing the front end, will that cover up a temporary problem? I did ask Chris directly, I said, the upper and lower control arms, are they okay? And he used about 20 words to tell me they were okay. I don't remember what he said, but he pretty much said yes without saying yes, you know, sternly. So yeah, he said that they're fine. And you would think I need to get a drink. I keep licking my lips. You would think any mechanic, first day out of mechanic school, would know if the suspension of this car was bad or not, right? That's what I would think, but that comes from someone who don't know anything. So wouldn't you think that any mechanic would know as soon as they look at the car if the upper and lower control arms are bad? Wouldn't you think they would? Chris says they're fine. And he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. Very nice guy. So Gateway Tire, go to them if you need something. I just like the way they did business today. And it's really cool, these cameras in this car and the app, because I kept looking. Last night about 8:30, I wanted to see what the shop looked like in the dark. I don't know why. I just did. I wonder how dark it is now. And I looked at my car's camera. It's pretty dark in the shop. And I thought, you know what would be cool? If somebody, say two scumbags were going to break in that night, and they happened to break into the shop and try to steal some tools and stuff, at the moment when I looked at my camera on the car, and I could have called 911 and said, hey, you got some riffraff in the shop there, you know, and then they'd want to know how I know. And that would have been funny. Can you imagine Chris getting caught because I checked the camera on my car in the middle, you know, 8 o'clock at night at Gateway Tire? That would have been funny. And I could see that happening. But anyway, all right, what do y'all think? Is it fixed? Is it not fixed? Did they just cover up a problem when they greased it? No noise at all. No noise at all that I can tell. Why do people do this? I saw somebody analyzing Newsom, and they said that's a sign he's nervous and he's making crap up. I have no idea if that's what a sign of or not. I know I'm not making stuff up, and I don't feel nervous. But anyway, I saw him in an interview the other day, and I swear both arms were just going just like this. It was kind of funny, and they were making fun of him. But anyway, all right, you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.